Hello and welcome to Life with Jane. Today we're doing a crafting session. So I was gifted at Christmas. I've got a lovely subscriber who I've known for many years, and we sort of exchange gifts and things, normally just at Christmas time because, you know, that's the time of year to do it. And she sent me some lovely napkins, which are 2-ply. So I've basically taken the outside. What you need to do is you need to go through and make sure that you've, and I'm pretty sure it's just 2-ply. I can't see that there's another one in there. There might be, actually, it might be a 3-ply, but I don't think so. I think it's just 2-ply. It looks thin enough to be 2-ply on there, but it's very difficult sometimes to tell. UK ones are always 3-ply, but I did look at this and this does look as if it's just 2-ply. So I'm going to take it as being 2-ply because I can't see any other bit to come out. So we'll take it as 2-ply. So this was a lovely subscriber called Tanya, who, hi Tanya, as I say, we've been friends for a long time. I've got quite a few subscribers that I've been friends with for many years because of my channel, and she sent me some of these lovely stamps as well, which because she comes from another country in America, it took a while for it to get to me, and it didn't get to me until after Christmas. So Festive Village, it's an indigo blue one. As you know, I'm part of their design team. I haven't got this one, so it was before my time of starting as a design team. So we have our napkin, and as I say, I'm pretty sure that it's only, I'm doubting myself now, but I think it is only, I can't see that there's any more on there. We're going to take it as being just 2-ply, because I think looking at that, it's going to be 2-ply. So what I need to do is I need to just cut it just a little bit wider than my card piece. So if I take my card like this, only because then I'm not wasting anything, and then I'm just going to get, now you can see I've scrumpled it up first. That just makes sure that I don't have the seams that go in the center, which I don't want. So this is just going to come in like that. Okay, and then we can use this for another project. And then what we're going to do is we are going to, and this is fairly stiff card because you want a little bit of substance for it to go on to. Now I just need to get a paintbrush. So I've got a flat one and it's a fairly wide one because I'm going to use some Mod Podge. Now you can use PVA glue. I'm using Mod Podge purely because I was given it, and I'm going to use it. It was somebody who was clearing out their craft things, and they were like, I'm not going to use this, do you want it? And I was like, yes please. So and you just want a thin layer. You don't want a lot, but you want enough that it is going to cover it completely right the way across. Okay, so what I tend to do is I will do it in one direction. It's very sticky, and then make sure I've got it in the other direction as well, so that you know that it's going to stick on there. Now I'm going to put that there because we're going to use it for the other, and I am just going to lie it across like this, and then just smooth it out and across. Now if you get some little lines and bubbles in, it doesn't really matter. It adds partly to that character. What you do need to do is to make sure that it's smoothed down really well. Now you can get a roller if you want to, and make sure that it's done with a roller. I need to, let me make sure I can get my paper up. Okay, I'm just literally going to turn it onto the other side, and then where I've got my little line down on here, I'm just going to glue along there. Like that. You need to put your brush into water when you've finished. So I think I probably have. I'm not going to do it just yet, just in case. And then you can get your lines or your edges rather, nice and tight. So just make sure that you get that in nicely so your edges will come nice and tight. And then you can put this one in like this. And again, it'll make your edges nice and tight. And our last bit in like that. Okay, so we now have our piece. Now, you would normally let it dry for 10-15 minutes, something like that. I'm not going to, because obviously I want the video to be for you to be able to see it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm just going to dry it off just in on here enough that I can work with it. Now you will find that it will, as it dries, you can see that the wrinkles will come out. So the glue flattens, tightens, and it will tighten it up, which makes it work quite well. So you just take that in like that. We're almost there. That will do for now. As I say, if you leave it to dry naturally, it will come out and you will get very few wrinkles. It's still a little damp, but it will work. So then we can put it on the front of our card. Now I've got a little piece that's just sticking over there. And at this stage, you can do your edges. So you know how I like to do my edges with Posca pens. And I'm going to do it in gold, I think. I think gold just looks quite nice on a sort of an opulent type background, which this will give. So let me just take my pen. Now, you know I've done backgrounds like this before in some of my other videos, and I have put, I've purposefully scrunched them, let them dry, and then onto those creases I've put gilding wax, because the gilding wax then adds a really nice, brings out the lines. So that is another idea. Do look back, because as I say, I've got over 1,000 crafting videos, which is a huge amount. So there's so much on there. You know, do have a look back and see. Okay, so that's that on there. I need to just dry that off again, because obviously with the glue it's going to take a little bit longer, but it should be all right. And if it's not, it'll just be a little bit. So let me have a look. We've got this pattern is leaves, and the flowers and things are growing up in that direction, so I'm going to put it on that direction. So now we need some glue that's a little bit firmer. So I'm going to use my faithful old Tombow, which is it's the best glue that I have found, and I have tried a lot of wet glues. Some wet glues are good, but none of them stick card. Says me having just stuck it all over my trousers. I have to wash that now. It is the best glue I have found to be able to stick anything on. So it's called Tombow. I know somebody was asking what glue I used, and that is my preferred glue. And obviously to put this on here was Mod Podge. So I'm just going to take this up. We might have just a little bit of a wrinkle on here because it is still damp. So if you do find it wrinkles a bit and you haven't left it to dry long enough, you can always just put a heavy book on top of it. But I'm just going to persevere at the moment, and I think it will be fine. Once it's completely dried, it certainly will be. But if I need to just add a little bit and put a book on it once I finish this video, then I probably will. Okay, so what I've done now is I have taken a series of stamps, which, as I was turning around and saying, this festive village was one that was given, and it's a snowy scene. You don't need to have it as a snowy scene. You can have it as a spring card, winter going into spring, which is what I've done. So that's the image stamped out. It's a beautiful image, makes the most fabulous Christmas cards, and as I say, is available over on the Indigo Blue website. But I've cut them out and I've done them as little, just little winter scene. So I'm just going to put these in fact, I'm going to have it running like that, and we'll have this one down the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to glue those on there. You could put them with dimensionals if you want to. I'm always concerned with the postage. As you probably know, most countries' postage has been going up and up and up and up and up. I know some countries have had postal strikes and haven't been able to get any cards at all out. I've got family that live in Canada, and my Christmas card arrived in the beginning of January because they had postal strikes, and he still hasn't received mine, and that was sent the first week in December. So, but there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to take this little one, and I've just coloured them with alcohol markers. I just used a brick red for the roof, and then a couple of shades of green for the trees, as I say, to make it so that it wasn't wintry at all. It was just a nice little scene. So I'm going to put this one, I think, like that, so that can go in over the top of that one. So you can put them how you want them. And then we'll have this little one down here. And you can obviously do whatever you want image-wise, but I thought it was quite nice. They sort of, the little brick part of here just makes it look quite pretty. Just going to put this little one down on here. So I've got my little scene. And then all I need to do is to put a sentiment on there, and I'm not going to put that now because I tend to make a few bulk cards, and then as I'm sending them, whether it's a friend, whether it's a just because, whether it's a note, whether it's a birthday, anniversary, I can then tailor it by putting the sentiment on. But you can see on this, or I hope you can, to bring it up a bit, that you've got this lovely, with the napkin, it gives that sort of really nice sort of flocked look. So a pretty little card. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.